I think Darth Maul should have said dead. Here's why. So, in episode 1 of Phantom Menace, Darth Maul, of course, was introduced. He had a striking design. He looked like the freaking devil. Coolest lightsaber you've ever seen. Best fight choreography of the series. Unbelievable. Absolute cinema. Right? And then what happens? He gets cut in half. Like a freaking bozo, alright? He gets cut in half. He gets cut in half. Now, here came the Clone Wars. New animated series. George Lucas was attached. Dave Filoni was basically his Padawan at the time. And they did it. They found a way to bring back Maul. They did the impossible. A man cut in half, who would have thought could survive a fall into the bottomless pit of nothingness that was that. And here we find Maul in the deepest, darkest pits of the sewer from his brother. And he's some mechanical spider and he's lost his mind. Incredible. Immaculate storytelling, right? I believe from that point on, we begin the reinvention of the character Darth Maul. They absolutely brought back a beloved character, and it's really a masterclass of recreating and reinterpreting an existing character because he is not the same guy. Sam Witwer came along and essentially reinvented him. He had very few lines in The Phantom Menace, and he made it his own. And it was beautiful. Absolute cinema. No, absolute perfection, right? And he had so few words that he was essentially just building a new iteration of the character. And in my opinion, I really believe this. It's one of the best animated performances ever. It's up there with Mark Hamill's Joker.
Listen, Boopsy.
It's absolutely incredible. And Sam Witwer is a genius of an actor because he really did. He had this like deliciousness about his voice. It's just such a delight to listen to. He really knows how to make you lean in, and it's so just like pleasing to your ears, right? So I think that this new Maul show, right? Disney Plus, fans have wanted something like this for a long time. And as of recording right now, episode 4 has been released, and that's it. And animation's amazing. The coolest thing you could ever think of, his scream is integrated in the sound of his lightsaber. Like, come on. Absolute banger, alright? I love stuff like that. And I can't wait to see what comes next. But until then, I have a few thoughts. If you don't know, my name's Philip Ligon. Thanks for joining me. And I just like to talk about some fun stuff here and there. And today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Maulshadowlord show on Disney Plus, as I'm sure you all know. And I am really looking forward to what's coming. But right now, I have to say the story itself is kind of lackluster. Right now on the internet, for all of you who don't know, the popular theory on the internet is that they're going to bring back Darth Talon, and because so let me back up. When Disney bought Star Wars and basically rebooted the franchise, there was a lot of extended universe stuff that got left behind. Things a part of the Legends storylines from the comics and novels and things like that. They basically rebooted all that, threw it all away, and what they're doing now, it seems like, is they're trying to kind of trickle back some of that stuff, bring back some of the fun from those things, but introduce it in a new way and make it part of the new canon. So this new character, Devin, right? This girl, young girl, all signs seem to point to she's about to become Darth Talon. She even has the red lightsaber. She's essentially Maul's apprentice, right? At least that's how it looks right now, as of episode 4. And I have to say that Maul is a very special character. I think he's one of the best characters maybe ever. His design is definitely one of the best of all time. He looks like the devil. It's such a striking design right out the gate. It's just amazing. And yes, I have to say, I think he's better than Vader. Come at me. All right? I can take it. Those first 3 movies, all Vader does is walk around just swinging his lightsaber like a baseball bat. It's not very exciting. It's only until Maul comes out that he really feels like a threat. Like, yo, this guy is a dude to be reckoned with. Like, just look at him. He looks like a demon from hell, and I love it. And in my opinion, the reason I fell in love with Maul was years ago. A friend of mine in high school, lunchtime, he's like, hey, look, have you heard of this show called The Clone Wars? I'm like, yeah, I've heard of it. Well, have you seen it? I say no. Well, you really need to take a look, all right? And I did exactly that. I had lots of extra time on my hands, and I binged that show like it was junk food, all right? I was just gobbling up episode after episode. And it wasn't until I actually got to the Maul stuff that I was then like, this is phenomenal. I fell in love with it. What they did with Maul is truly an amazing feat and incredible on its own. Like, they made him really a threat, like a force to be reckoned with, and you feel it. Like, he's a different character. He's got a brother now, and that was the connection that brought him back, obviously. And he had some more stuff with Darth Plagueis, and you know, it was awesome. That fight scene with Plagueis and Maul and his brother, some of the best animation I've ever seen, the best fight choreography in maybe all of animated Star Wars. I love that scene so much. I was like blown away. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And it's so engaging. It really gripped you, and you're like, yo, this is what the movie should be doing. What the heck is going on, dude? Animation rocks, and this is why. And so, anyway, I think Darth Maul and Maul is one of the best villains of all time. My favorite Star Wars villain of all time. Yes, better than Vader. I think Vader, honestly, in the main 3 movies, he's not that menacing. Sorry, not sorry. But Maul? Man. Sam Witwer, he brings it, dude. You feel that intensity. So the reason I think that he should have stayed dead is because Maul he's a real villain. And for him to have his own show, if he's the protagonist, I just don't know if they're able to continue to keep him as much of a villain as he is as the antagonist. And so I don't really want to watch a Darth Maul show where he's all sympathetic and he redeems himself as a character. I don't want to watch my villains become heroes, okay? That may be a hot take, but I love my villains as villains, and I need them to stay evil, okay? Especially Maul, my favorite villain from Star Wars. He is so good as a villain. I don't need Disney to come over here and muck it all up. I don't need to see a sympathetic Maul at all. And even if Sam Witwer is bringing it for his performance, the writing is really going to change the direction of where the character goes. So for this to be his first season, I love the animation. I love the animation, all right, but I don't love that he is a little bit more watered down. I want to see like I want to see some intense Maul stuff. I want to see him freaking cutting off people's arms and legs, and I want to see him then beg for mercy. You know, that is the kind of stuff I want to see, and I hope that the show can get there, but so far it's not there. All right, and you know, obviously we're only 4 episodes in, so we'll see, but I kind of doubt that they're going to go as hard as, in my opinion, as they should, because you know, they're too afraid to offend little kids or whatever they convince themselves of. I don't like the idea of watering down villains, all right? And a great example of when a show did this, and honestly my only example for it that I can think of is Penguin. Penguin, if you haven't seen that show, did an amazing job keeping Oswald Cobblepot as just a sick, mean guy, and I love that. All right, call me twisted, I'll take it. You know, I don't care. I love evil villains. So I will die on that hill, okay? And also, I just think that Maul deserves that kind of treatment. You know, obviously, there's so much wonderful stuff in the Clone Wars. I would never want to take that away. But I don't want to see Maul become a shell of who he was, man, because he was so good at the end of Clone Wars in season 7 when they made that like 4-part episode that was basically a movie. He was great. They did a great job with that. But I don't want him in his own show to be just like lackluster, you know? I think what they've done with Maul is nothing short of incredible. But if this show, a show about Maul, is not even going to be about Maul, they're going to just sidelight him in his own show to be almost like a side character to his own show. He doesn't feel the same. And I know it's possible, because if you look at a show like The Penguin, I would have to say this is the best example of something like this, is he is pulling no punches. He's absolutely as evil and menacing as you want him to be, and he's just this like gross, twisted villain. And I want Maul to be the same way. I want to see Maul be as evil as he is as an antagonist, but as the protagonist. I want to see him kill. I want to see him just rip apart people and be ruthless, vicious, visceral. I want it all. And granted, there's quite a few episodes left, so maybe it'll get there. But as of right now, if they can't give us a reason to watch this show, if they can't actually come up with a story that will uncover new layers of Maul and help us learn more about him and be interested in a whole new way, then, you know, I think the show could be destined to fail, because I don't want to watch this Mexican bounty hunter captain guy, whatever his name is, Mr. Dude from Civil War. I don't want to watch that. I want to watch Maul. I want to see Maul kill a bunch of dudes. And he has. And I love that stuff. Animation rocks. It's beautiful. You freeze frame it. It looks like a painting. Immaculate. And, yeah. So, I guess what I'm trying to say, my point to all this is I love Darth Maul. He's my favorite Star Wars character, probably ever. I think he is truly a special character, and I don't want to see them butcher him and just make something and water it down and phone it in just because they know people are going to watch it. So I'm really hoping that it'll get there, and I'm hoping for the best, but I guess that's all I have to say. So If you enjoyed this video, level up that like button. And thank you for your time this time. Until next time. That's about it, guys. So thanks for watching. And Excelsior.